Uno. I'm sure I've played it before. Not that I remember. I don't really play games. I know a lot of people do. Uno seems to be a big game that people like to play, according to Mattel Creations, where they keep putting out more and more sets. Even if I was to play a game, I don't know if I could bring myself to play with these specialty cards. I like collecting cards. I do actually have binders. I'm not. I can't say I'm really good at collecting cards, but they are really they're just small and there's lots of pictures on them, and I love putting them into binders like this. So look, I collect weird cards too. House of Cards is an awesome like 1960s Charles Eames thing that they did. I love that. And then we have some some different board games, different games. I don't know, some cards like that I put in here that I just collected out of board games, classic board games. But then there are regular cards, and when you buy a set of cards like this, it's like collecting collector cards. Like, for example, here's a Masters of the Universe. This is the cards they put out. I was a little disappointed in these ones, I remember, as a kid and still now, because it's just like a comic book of an episode from the Masters of the Universe instead of putting out character cards. And that's really what I want to collect. And we see that a lot when we do trading cards. So you can see here's Monster High. These are regular playing cards. They're not Uno cards, but you kind of get a whole set of character cards when you collect these. Now, I was supposed to fan through these when I first got them, and I never made that video. These came out in 2020. I think this was the first big resurgence of Uno doing themes. I mean, Uno's been doing themes for quite a while, actually. But then we have this Mattel Anniversary one. I don't know if I have time to also do these, but they just have lots of Mattel properties on these. Now, I'm not sure that the cards will be showing much. Like, they have the swirl. They're very Uno. I would prefer collector cards for this brand, and I do have a video coming up with music cards that I just bought, and I have these sheets. So I purchased these sheets from the dollar store to make sure that I have lots to put all of these cards in, because I also have a similar video that I'm going to do with Monster High, and Monster High has had a couple incarnations, so I want to see, are these cards all the same? Are they different? I don't know. The one thing that I am first noticing about is this new special box, and I'm going to peel the tape off. I started to peel the tape off to see if I would need to take other measures, but these little circle stickers are coming off quite easily. I would heat this stuff first, because sometimes you can pull the paint off the packaging, and we don't want to do that, because, like I said, this box is really, really nice. Now, I think in here, I think that there is a gold foil. On this it says 2023, but we just got this in 2024. Fandom, I think it's a new thing that they sprung out, and these boxes are so nice that it might make me want to start collecting them all. Now, they also put out Fisher-Price collectors. You might have seen with some of my videos where I looked at those little figures that they make in the different brands. This is kind of the same thing that they're doing, but it gets out of hand. And I thought I was going to be able to collect all of the collector sets, but of those little people figures, but they started making way too many, and I couldn't keep up. And some were exclusive to stores, but this... Okay, these are already looking different. So there's instructions. I think each one of these games have special cards that do special things. So that's what makes getting the different factions fun, is that it switches up the games. The rules change a little bit, so people who like to play games, but just the construction of this box is amazing, and you will notice that with Mattel Creations products. These are available on the Mattel Creations website for purchase. It's nice to see that these aren't in additional plastic, so they haven't been using lots of packaging, so I like that. But how different are these going to be? So here is a special foil card in in the vein of collector cards, so that's kind of cool. Like your Pokemon card, you're going to have some foil cards. I think this is the one special card about this package, but perhaps we should... I've taken these out to make the video run faster. Actually, I did it years ago and never opened these packs, but these came in here just like this. There's no special, really nice design box. Let me show you the back of this box too. You have the power with this Masters of the Universe edition of Uno. Increase your strength by collecting action cards with the Armory Grayskull rule. Whatever that means. I mean, that's something to do with it. Anyway, I'm not going to read anything more because it's not my strong point. I think that they changed the color on these. Oh, actually, there's different suits, so they have different colors. So I don't know. So I think that there's 4 suits, just like in a regular game. But which should we look at the classic one first? I don't know. I don't know how to go about doing this. How do we take the plastic off this? Where am I going to store these ones when you take them out? Where do you store your Uno cards? Yeah, that's something. I never thought of that before. Regular Uno doesn't have a storage container, so once you take them out, I guess you're supposed to wrap an elastic band around it, and then you're good to play. But that plastic comes off like a cigarette package. Is something that I notice. How retro-y. And then we have the different colors. So there, I'm going to split these up into colors. 9. They're the same. I didn't know that they came in pairs. Yeah, I guess I don't know much about Uno. So there seems to be 2 of each. And look how they did this. Look how they did this in here. It started with the singular card, but then it ended with the singular card, but then all of the other ones that are the same throughout are, I mean, I guess that's kind of irrelevant. Pick up 2. And then there's sometimes there's only 1 of some and 2 of some. And then we are going to look at the pictures, don't you worry. Okay, and then here they have them in order 9. Some kind of switcheroo, a stop. I'm looking at the pictures, they're cool. And then there's black here. So we have black and red. And then over here, I still haven't seen this purple color, so it seems that they might have lightened up the packages. It seems a little darker on this first issued set. So right now, firsthand, I'm saying that the new pack is way, way better than this original pack. And then, let's see here, oh yeah, and then the difference between this is quite unique too. We'll look at that once again. I don't want to mix these things up. And then, here we go. Green, again, it starts with the 1, and then I'm assuming it ends with the 1. I didn't know. There's a lot of cards in here. Uno's strange. Yeah, I don't know why they do that in the first pack, where they separate the ones, but then all of the other ones are the same. And then I think just like a regular set of cards that will not... and then we have blue, and yeah, they have totally different backgrounds now, so there is a difference. But are we going to have different things? Are we going to have different pictures is the question. Check out this picture of Castle Grayskull. That's my first one. I think that one's special because it's a black card. I don't know. Do I have to divide this stuff in? We have the blue set, and then we have this black set, and then we have this red set, and then I think the black set is the same, but they just have divided into 2 different packs so that it's different. So yeah, these look exactly the same, so I'm going to stick all of the black cards together. And then they have the green set, and they have the, oh, I guess this is a purple set. It's dark purple. Okay, and then the new ones let's see what's in here. Well, let's look at the special foil card first. I guess I'm not going to keep this money. Shift. There we go. Put that out of the way. Okay, so the foil card is definitely amazing. Gotta love that. And here is the back of the card compared to, and let me just double check and make sure that they all have the same back of the card, and this is just not a special one, and they do. So that card is beautiful, and I don't know if it's recreated anywhere else, but we'll have to look into that. And then here's number 1, and here is number 1. So these might be totally different, because that is not the number 1 we have seen. And then, oh, it looks like they are dividing them up in the same way here, where they put number 1. Yeah, they put that other number 1. They bookend them with the number 1s for some reason. Isn't that odd? It's just how Uno does it. I'm going to put that aside. Yellow, and then we have green, which it looks like that the suits are the same, so that means that they probably will put the black ones. Yeah, these pictures are all different. This is amazing. So fantastic. That, I mean, this is classic art. So I don't know where they came up with. The only thing that they could have done better is not put that classic Uno oval in there, and that they would have been full-blown cards. Oh man, I had all of these posters. It seems like these are focused on the magazine posters. I'm going to have to get my magazines. I have the full collection of magazines. I collected them as a kid in the 80s. And this wasn't a poster. But most of these first ones were posters. This was a poster. This was a poster. This was a poster. This was a poster. And also the cover of the magazines. That's how I'm remembering it. This was a poster. This was a poster. I don't think that was. 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 And then I do recognize some of these pictures out of snippets. We're gonna look better. We're gonna look closer at these. We have to figure out what's what now. And then we have this. So this one's not on as tight. That's good. So then we have a. Some are upside down, some aren't. Or maybe they're not. We have a light purple here. And gotta find where the one ends and the one begins. Hey, look, those two ones are together. This is very bizarre. How do they do that? And these ones go here. And then, of course, there will be the black cards in the back, which should be exactly the same. Let's start with those. Okay. I really thought that it was going to be the same artwork. I'm so happy that I got these. However, they're still available on Mattel Creations, so get them. Okay, so let's see here. One with this card. So 2 of those from one deck, and then 2 of those. I guess that's pickup 4. Very cool art. Blast Attack is one of my most wanted figures left over for Origins now. And then He-Man, this is a poster picture from what I'm remembering correctly. I guess this is a wild card. I don't know much about Uno. And then we have this Castle Grayskull picture. This art is so beautiful, which that might be pickup 2 or something. And then this is the same one that I've shown. I'm showing these double because they've split up the black cards. They're the special cards, I guess, in the collection. So those are cool. Again, here is the back. I think, is that a famous poster too? Yeah, I believe that this is a poster, but not the poster I'm thinking of, if that makes any sense. All right, and then let's look at the main cards. So Again, they come in purple, yellow, and green, and blue. I think I'm going to flip through the green ones because I think it's the most aesthetically pleasing one that I like. Okay, so here's He-Man on Battle Cat. They cut off Battle Cat's head. I'm noticing on a lot of these, they're doing stuff like this. Oh, look at this. And here is the same picture with Battle Cat. So you can kind of line this up. I guess you would do it this way. Interesting. Very, very interesting that they did that. Okay, 2. And then here is, oh no, it's I think it's one of those days where I'm not going to remember the names of this. Land Shark. Oh, I did. And I didn't have Land Shark as a kid, but I did have, I can't remember. Okay, it's not going to, Spydor. I had that mechanical spider that walked. That picture, that didn't go together, but I know that these pictures are much bigger than what they're showing. Okay, so that's a cool one. Number 3. What was number 2? Oh, it's Battle Cat. Then we have Skeletor. Look how his staff is hanging out over. That's kind of cool how they did that. And then this was weird. I remember this art came at the end of the series. When Masters of the Universe was ending, and it was really weird because He-Man was riding on top of a lion, and other people were, I think they were rhinoceroses and stuff that they were riding on. It's a crazy photo. Definitely got to get out with those posters. And then here we have fighting this monster that looks like he's from Fright Zone, but I don't think this actually was for the Fright Zone. I think it was from before. I remember, I think, copying that head for an art project in school and making it the head of a Viking ship. And then we gotta love Roboto here. Very cool. Number 7. And then He-Man taken out of context that's the picture from the one with Skeletor riding atop Spydor. Is that its name? It's probably not Spydor. But yeah, these pictures go together here too. So you can see some of the legs. So that's kind of cool that they match up. Maybe when I put it in my binder that they'll match up well. And there's Evelyn. And then there's Merman. And these are out of context, so I do remember seeing these pictures before, but can't quite remember where. This artwork is amazing, though. It's the classic. Very bad with names, so I wouldn't be able to tell you what the guy's name was who makes these. I mean, this is definitely a different artist, because check out that pose. That's just inappropriate, but cool. And then we have He-Man battling a snake, which this is at a crazy. It's just such a look how different He-Man looks, and yeah, very, very, very cool picture though, for sure. I even like how the paint is going on here for the back of these. And then we have my least favorite one, and maybe it's just a single card. Maybe there's only one Orko, so that's good that you only get one of those, because I don't like that guy anyway. We get 4 of them with each suit. So again, you get those same sets. I hope that there's no secret surprises in here in all of the different colors. So I do like the blue. It's definitely improved. I like the lighter colors, and then the yellow makes them look great. And then this purple color. So yeah, these new colors are definitely great. And did I show you the black ones? Yeah, I did. We're just going to look at these again too, because they're amazing. Oh yeah, I talked a lot about these, but then we had all of these black ones. I guess these are the special cards. All right, now let's look at that classic deck that's sitting down in front of me. Let's first look at the black cards. You can see we recognize this poster. This is the one that they used on the cover of the box. in the cover of the cards. They just zoomed into a part. So this is something they've been doing. We've got this picture of Castle Grayskull, which I like. Kind of like the dark ones too. I mean, they both have their pros and their cons. Again, the classic pictures, I guess they did kind of the same thing, where they zoomed in on certain parts of posters and iconic painting package scenes. So we've seen all those. So very, very cool. Those classic ones. Or original Uno Masters of the Universe. Can we look at this foil card again? Check that out. That one's a single. There's only one of these babies. Okay. And then we have this zero card. So have I decided? No, I want to look at the green ones. Again, it comes in blue and green and red and a dark purple. But the green one looks way more Masters of the Universe to me. So they have He-Man on Battle Cat again as the first card. And then number 2, they have Bashasaurus, I believe that thing is called. And Spit Dragon Skeletor. Dragon Blaster is what I believe they call that, Skeletor. And Skeletor and Landshark. So we've seen that picture. Actually, I think this might be a different picture than the other Landshark one that we saw in the other set. And then there's He-Man in the Wind Raider. How do I remember these names? I was going to say Speed Sled. What's the star? I never thought of that before, but it's very much like the Star Wars Jet Sled or whatever it's called. And then we have He-Man in that Horde thing. What was that thing that shot the discs out of its mouth? I can recognize that thing. And Battle Armor He-Man. So that's a very cool picture. And then this is a sad card for me. This is Eternia playset, and I did not get one of those. $1,000 for Canadian. I mean, I guess one day down the road when I know I'm settled and I have lots of money, I'll pay $2,000. I think it's worth $2,000. And hopefully it won't be more than that. Or maybe I can trade my Classics Castle Grayskull for it, because I need to get it. I just don't have a place, or really, if I'm responsible, I don't have the money for it. And then there is Hordak, and he is being shot off. That's the laser stuff. So you could, in the late 80s, they had working laser things that you could trigger. They even had TV shows that would trigger your toys. It was kind of incredible, and that was one of those things. This is the Talon Fighter from the top of Point Dread. That's a cool classic. You can see Teela in her snake armor, something you don't see in the cartoon. And then there's Skeletor with Panther for number 9. That's cool. These are nice but more obscure pictures than the deck that they used. The pictures that they used for the new deck, and many faces here. I like the obscurity of these. I don't recognize this artwork as much. Maybe it is packaged art or something, or maybe it's original for Uno. I'm not sure. It looks like it's all the same artist though. And then what's going on here? I don't even know what that vehicle is. That must be Twist Door. What are those top guys called? I guess this is new, and this is some kind of concept vehicle that was never made. That is kind of cool, and I have no idea what He-Man is riding either. Roton and Twistoid, I think that's their names. So that looks like that's the good guy of the top figures. And then we have the Slime Pit getting Beastman, and something about the Slime Pit. The Slime Pit belonged to Hordak, and Hordak came with Grizzlor, which to release a slime toy at the same time that you release a toy that's totally covered in fur, definitely not a good idea. Beastman, however, that's good that they didn't put Grizzlor in there and they put Beastman in there, because Beastman didn't actually have fur on his figure. And then the bag there, we have Grizzlor right there. Oh, look, see, there's that snake again. That looks just like that other snake that I said looked like the Fright Zone snake, but it actually wasn't the Fright Zone snake, but I think they designed the Fright Zone snake on that snake. Anyway, this artwork is just as cool. I can't wait to stick it in my binder. This video has probably been long enough that maybe I'll do another memory lane video where we look at these cards from the Mattel 75th anniversary, and maybe I'll do a slow video where I actually show myself putting these cards in the sheets. But yeah, maybe I will have to return. I'm not going to edit this video and add the flip through, or in one of my upcoming videos, if it is something that you would like to see them all laid out like that, because it actually really does make things look really cool when you have them in here. So you can just see some of the other, loyal subjects. That's something that I'm collecting. Look, I have such an array of toys in here. I probably do have to go through this and figure out what I want to keep more than others. This might have to turn just into a Masters of the Universe book now that I probably have a lot of Masters of the Universe cards. Look at these. Most of this is Mattel, which my favorite toy company. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this look at this artwork and the comparison between the two decks. So if you're on the fence about getting this because you already have an Uno game by Masters of the Universe, they're totally different. And then this foil card is probably worth the $12. They're on Mattel Creations' website for this new deck in the Great Box. Oh yeah, I was worried about storage, wasn't I? I don't have to worry about storage. I'm going to stick them in the binder. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.